Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Katie and today I'm going to be reviewing the Tati Beauty Blendiful. So this is how it comes. It's in this nice little package. On the back it does say the cleaning instructions. It says machine wash and dry in delicates laundry bag or gentle hand wash in warm soapy water, rinse thoroughly and blot dry. It also says don't bleach it and don't dry clean it. Okay, so when you open it up, here are the two tools that it comes with. Both say Tati Beauty on it. They're both very soft. This one is very squishy. It's able to be bent. You can stick your fingers in there. And then the smaller, the Baby Blendiful, it's a little bit more firm, still very soft. I can fit in my two fingers there. So Tati suggests to use this one as an on-the-go, throw it in your purse throughout the day, and if you need to touch up, you can around your T-zone if you're getting oily, and she says you don't need to use powder with this. So first I'm just gonna go in with my primer. Today I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. With this one, I'm just gonna put it where I like it with my hands. I think it's just easier to blend it out that way. So next I'm gonna be taking the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This I'm gonna be using underneath my foundation just to give it some more luminosity. And with this, I will blend it out with the Blendiful and see how that works. So with all the products I'm using today, I'm very familiar with how they wear and how they apply, so I'll be able to tell whether or not the Blendiful changes that. So I'm just gonna do swiping motions. So I'm kind of like swiping and like pressing in at the same time. It seems to be working. It feels very soft on my skin. It's still giving me that luminous effect from the primer. Okay, so far so good. Next I'm going to be taking the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. This is a pretty matte foundation. I'm in the shade 3 Neutral. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, it says, Tati showed us putting it on the back of your hand, wiping it. I'm going to just kind of dot this around the face. This is what I normally do with a beauty sponge. This is how I just normally apply my foundation. Okay. So I'm gonna take the Blendiful in the same spot. You can kind of see where I used the primer. There's like a little bit of a residue, but not too bad. So I'm just gonna, same thing, kind of press in and swipe down. Now I'm kind of more stamping it in. I'm gonna just bring it down my neck. This is what I would normally do. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the foundation like this. I think it looks pretty good. I still have some very good coverage. There was some fuzzies that kind of came off of this on my face, and I just kind of pulled them off. So that's not a big deal to me, but so far I like it. Next I'm gonna use concealer, and I only like to use a little bit of concealer. So I'm going to be just taking a side that I have not used. You can see this is what the Blendiful looks like now that I have used foundation. So I'm just going to take a clean side to blend out the concealer. And I'm kind of folding it in half to get right underneath the eye, which is nice. Yeah, I'm getting fuzzies. There is the concealer blended out. I am still having the same problem where there's fuzzies kind of coming off of this Blendiful. I don't know if that's because it's the first time I'm using it and I haven't washed it yet. Maybe the next time I use it, this won't happen after I wash it. So that's my only complaint so far. It seemed to blend it out pretty easily. So now we're going to try using some powder. So I'm gonna take this is the Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Magic Powder. I am in the shade 2. And I just assume that this will kind of be like a velour puff when applying. I like to use velour puffs anyway, so I think I'll like it for applying powder. Okay, so I think it applied that loose powder really well. I have no complaints with that. Now I'm going to take this is my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Follow Skin Powder in the shade 2. I'm just going to take this with the brush. I'm just going to kind of take this all over the face. Really. Okay, so now I'm going to try it with a cream product. So I'm going to be taking, this is the Soleil Tan de Chanel. This is the Chanel cream bronzer. I love this bronzer. I'm going to just take it with the side that I haven't used yet. I'm just going to dip into the bronzer. Definitely feel like I have to build it up a little bit more using this tool. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that for that side. Ooh, I just did that too much. So I don't know if you can see, so now I've grabbed too much product and now it's kind of like clumping the bronzer together. I think this is user error though. I think why I was having issues because I was stamping it, but now that I'm applying it on the neck and kind of swiping, it's easier to apply. So I definitely think that this product for people who aren't super into makeup, there's definitely gonna be a learning curve with it. I'm no professional makeup artist, so this is an actual learning curve for me as well. Okay, so it also says you can use it with powder. So I'm taking, this is the Flower Beauty, this is their Flower Pot, this is the shade Sweet Pea. This is what I'll be using for blush. I'm just gonna kind of, it's on there, okay. That seemed to apply well, okay. Okay, that actually applied nicer than I thought it would. Okay, so now I'm going to take the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and I'm going to spray my face. And while that's drying, I'm going to be using, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their clear brow gel. I have naturally very thick brows, so all I do is put a clear brow gel through it and I'm good to go most days. Okay, and I'm gonna take this Blendiful and I'm gonna kind of just stamp over the makeup, make sure everything's blended in. Okay, so now I'm gonna finish the rest of my face. I'm gonna do my eyes and my lips, and I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts on the Tati Beauty Blendiful. Okay, so my full face is now completed, and so I'm gonna give you kind of the lowdown on what I think about the Tati Beauty Blendiful. So I am gonna take this on the go with me today and see how it works when I get maybe a little bit oily in the T-zone. It does seem like it's going to be very good to get around these corners and small enough to be travel friendly. I do really like that. With the big Blendiful, I think it is a good tool. I think there's definitely a learning curve, so if you try it, I think it's only $18, so I think it's a great price because you do get both. So if you do try it, just don't give up. Keep going, keep trying. I think that as long as you're using that swiping motion, it'll work really, really well. I mean, I really like the way my complexion looks today. I look very canceled out. There's no lines. So I do really like that. Let me know if you decide to try it in the comments below. Also, let me know if you'd like to see this eye look or any other tutorials or videos that you'd like me to do. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you in the next video.